What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on First Take, we're going to be talking about, was this past season LeBron James' last chance of winning a fifth ring? So let's see what they have to say about that.
This LeBron's last shot at a fifth ring. Essay.
Wow. I want to say no.
What you mean you want to say no?
But I can't. I'm going to tell you why, y'all. I'm going to tell you why. It's not about LeBron. It's about what can you put around him. Rob Pelinka has done a phenomenal job of transforming this roster. I never thought he'd be able to pull it off. To get Hachimura with Russell, Beasley, Vanderbilt says a lot about him. But it still ain't enough. And I'm wondering what else they can get. Like, we just brought up Kyrie Irving, but I think the chances of them getting Kyrie Irving, I think it would be a miracle if they got him. So
Kyrie left LeBron James for a reason, and those egos would be too big to have all those guys playing on the same team. Kyrie Irving, AD, and LeBron James, those egos are too big, that wouldn't work.
I'm looking at LeBron, and listen, guys, I'll pencil in LeBron for 25 a night. I'll pencil him in, the basketball savant that he is. He's going to do his thing. Are we really, Swagoo, sit up when I'm talking to you because this is serious, okay? And because you got to be fair here because you accuse me of not being fair.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Don't let me accuse you of being fair.
Okay.
When you look at Anthony Davis, Perk, when you look at Anthony Davis, if we can't rely on him to show up for consecutive games now, are we going to be able to do that next year? And the year after? He's
Nope.
30 going on 40. You understand? His skills. And Anthony Davis, if you watch it, with those eyes that you and your daddy possess. You understand? With those eyes, because his daddy was looking at me the other day talking to me. Oh, some eyes. It's hard. He ain't going to have vision problems ever in his life. I love him. I love Mr. Davis. But here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. Anthony Davis and his daddy, if you watching, because I know they could see, no one is questioning the greatness of Anthony Davis. We know he's great. When Anthony Davis is healthy and on his game, he is easily a top 10 player in this game.
I don't know about that. You definitely stay with that top 10, if that.
Arguably top 5. But durability-wise, that's the only question about him. Can we trust that we can rely on him? And so to me, if you're LeBron, who's approaching his 21st season, who's approaching his 39th birthday, that with Anthony Davis and with how strapped the Los Angeles Lakers are in terms of what assets they have available, how can I definitively sit here when I'm looking at Denver, who ain't going anywhere? Yeah. They're just rising. How can I look at them? How can I look at Devin Booker and Kevin Durant wondering if they're going to get additional assets in Phoenix? How can I look at some of these other teams and go like this? Oh, the Lakers could take them. I can't do that. So my answer would be, is this LeBron's last shot at a fifth ring? Yeah, begrudgingly.
So I don't know about that. I think LeBron James still has a chance. I think LeBron James has about another 2 or 3 years left in him. With maybe the last year, maybe the last 2 years, he'll be definitely going downhill. But if out of those years, he's probably not going to be the number one player. He's not going to be the number one guy on his team. But he can definitely play on a team and help them win. He's still a baller. He's still playing at a high level. So I wouldn't say it's LeBron James' last chance to win a fifth ring.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis only had one bad game in this series, and that was game 2. He came out in game. Okay, fine. But he came out in game 1 and dropped 40. He had 28 and 18 last game, and I get it. I understand, right? I want to see Anthony Davis take it personal and go guard Jokic and be aggressive and have a dog mentality. But some guys just don't have it.
Exactly. Anthony Davis is not their dog. He's a baller. He can play, but he does not have that dog in him. And to Stephen A. Smith to say he's top 5, no way. I even have struggled with saying that he's top 10. I don't even think he's top 10.
Some guys just don't have it in them.
God.
But hold on, listen. And I know it hurts. And I told Stephen A. this before. I told Stephen A. You look up when I'm talking to you. You look up when I'm talking to you. All right? You ain't nothing but down the hall. Don't make me get down there. You down the hall. But listen, here's the thing. We have to go back and look at when they won the championship in the bubble, right? And we watch Anthony Davis and we watch how dominant he was. Do y'all remember who was on that team? Rajon Rondo. Do you recall when Rajon Rondo used to get the ball?
Exactly. Dwight Howard made up for a lot. He was a big dude that was taking care of business.
Yep. But Rondo leadership was so underrated. And sometimes you have franchise guys that need to have their key put in their back. Now you go and look at a guy like Kevin Durant, okay? For example, up 3-1 on the Golden State Warriors when he was in Oklahoma. He blew the lead. All of a sudden, he gets to Golden State. And I get it, they were the clear-cut favorites, but you had a guy like Draymond Green to put the key in his back.
Yeah, he also put the knife on his back, which probably cost him another championship with KD.
Some guys, you have to have that on your squad. I don't know why. I don't know why. Right. But it's like that. But now, far as Braun,
because some guys just don't have the dog in them. You can't teach having a dog. You can't teach what Jordan had. You can't teach what Kobe had. Either you have it or you don't. That's not taking anything away from a guy. It's just not in their personality to be that dog.
Last shot at winning the 5th ring, it is never over. It's not. Until he retires, S.A. Now, is he a number one option that could carry a team? No. I believe he's to the phase now where he's actually a third option. And that's actually...
I don't know about that. I think he's going to be a second guy for this last maybe the last year. Like I said, he's not going to be the front runner like he just said, but he definitely is still a clear opportunity for LeBron James to win that 5th ring. Now, will he do it? I don't think so, but the opportunity is still there. He just needs some help other than AD.
Okay, because he can still go out there and get you 20, 11, and 9 a night. And I believe with the emergence of Austin Reeves, I believe with the Rui Hachimura is going to continue to get better. And again, I know we keep harping on Kyrie Irving, but I want y'all to remember this moment. Since we keep receipts, don't be surprised this offseason if Fred VanVleet get over there to the Los Angeles Lakers and sign the trade.
I actually think that's more likely. Hold on, Swag. I actually think that's more likely than Kyrie ending up in L.A. I think Kyrie has a better shot at ending up in Phoenix. That's just me. That's number one. Number two, Anthony Davis. I got to say this. Now, Jokic is averaging 27, 14, and 11. He's been sensational. I get it.
A monster. The Joker is a monster.
But, Swagoo, I want to say this to you. I get your point. The questions of trepidation. Anthony Davis had a bad game too. 26% shoot, 4-15 from the field. Anthony Davis in this series, just so you know, is averaging 28 and 14 on 51% shooting from the field and 50% shooting from three-point range. I know numbers ain't everything, but it ain't like he went to bed.
I'll definitely admit that Anthony Davis did take care of business in this series, even though they got swept. But Anthony Davis, it wasn't because of him. That man put in work other than game 2. That man, especially game 1, I was wrong about him not showing up because he definitely showed up in this series. So I definitely give props to Anthony Davis. But other than that, he's not in my top 10. I'm definitely worried about him with being injuries and showing up. Even though he balled out in this series, I still question that. I still question that man.
Guys, I know that. I know he's not wetting the bed. I know that. Stephen A. and Perk, I know AD can go out and average 28 a night if he wants to, and 14 rebounds. I'm talking about some killer though, man. I'm talking about how we see Jimmy Butler.
You want him to be a Doberman pincher and not a teacup poodle. I get it.
Yeah, bro. Like we what standard are we holding Anthony Davis to? I know 40. I know getting 40.
How about the standard of all the other Lakers that came through and were dogs? Shaq, Kobe, Wilt, Kareem, all those guys. That's the standard. That's what happens when you come to the Lakers. There's high standards, and AD doesn't always live up to those standards.
40 is a good night. I know getting 28 and 14 is a good night. But you are down 0-3. And there is no energy shift in how you playing. Not what you're doing, how you're playing. And go ahead.
The Westminster Dog Show, I was told,